back to my case, I even tried to adopt him. They waited till we got adopted in 2005, I think 2007. They sent me the paperwork denied.
Yeah. Yes, that's so sad.
And
that shouldn't be happening.
Most of the family court lawyers, to me, they don't know none of the law. They just follow the system.
Yeah.
Whatever CPS put out there, that's what they follow.
Yeah.
Every time CPS put paperwork in there, they're supposed to put a paperwork in there to follow back up. Every time the judge look on that folder, all he see was CPS got jury lawyer and put nothing in that folder.
Well, what we found too is that, you know, typically by the time you go to court, it's too late. Usually, if you're in court, that means that CPS has already decided that you know, parents and the relatives are, you know, they've already kind of made their decision. CPS made the recommendation that, you know, parental rights be terminated, child be placed with a foster parent, end of story. So you got to get involved before it goes to court. That's why all this is
How do you do that?
Well, that's where all this is important. You document, you call them right away, document that you contacted them. If they don't call you back in 15 days, request a hearing. If they deny you foster parent, request a hearing. You know, set the record, then it's all set for appeal. You know, if they don't contact you in 6 months.
That's not the time you get to see your lawyer first day. Even though you put the paperwork in there and stuff, sure you got to take the paper this takes.
No, but under this bill though, you would have had a chance to set the hearing though. You should have had a chance to go to a hearing, and you would have had the chance, you know, even without a lawyer, to set the record. So you should have brought all evidence in to show, hey, you know, I'm eligible to be a foster parent. I don't have any criminal history.
I'm not kicking a child.
Yeah. No, but under this law, as long as you apply to be a foster parent, if you're eligible, you should have had preference over the non-relatives. So you would have had a clear right under this bill to be given preference over the non-relative. But you have to do that before you go to court. You know? That has to all be done before court.
Well, you said before court. But they have 72 hours to get to court once they take the child, right?
That's for the emergency placement of the child, I think. Yeah. I don't practice CPS myself, but I think that sounds right. Yeah. Well, that's for the temporary, you know, the emergency placement. When I say court, I'm talking about when they decide to file a petition, you know, to finally say, okay, kid's going to be foster care.
And 72 hours, all this already done already.
Yeah. Well, an important thing is that within 72 hours, what CPS often does, which is actually really, you know, I think really bad, is that they'll go to the parents and they'll threaten them and they'll say, look, you have your kids, you know, either you can sign this thing, and basically I think it's the thing where you sign it saying, I admit to everything, okay, you're right, or I give up. If you don't sign this thing, then we're going to put your kids with these non-relatives, with these people, you know, strangers. You know, but if you sign this paper, then there's a chance that your kids can go with grandpa or auntie or something. And people are like, oh, so they sign the paper and they don't realize that what they're signing basically is you're kind of just waiving all your rights. You're saying, okay, you know, you're right, I'm wrong, okay. And then a lot of this stuff gets off the table. You know, it's off the table. It's like, okay, well you signed the paper. You know, I forget what it's called, but it's agreement. So it's very tough and. You know, people need to know their rights. That, you know, read what you're looking at, you know, and be sure that, you know, don't sign something like that unless you're sure that it's correct, because you do have rights.
When we stand out, I mostly go down to Kapolei, the whole signs down there. The people that come in and out, and I talk to them about what they're doing. It's hard to get them before they sign that document.
Yes.
So I try to catch them before. Only a few of us out there. We cannot catch the bulk of the people before they go and sign. Once they go and sign, then evidently they must tell them, those guys stand outside, don't talk to them. So when they come out, they don't talk to me when they come out, but they sign the document.
Yeah.
So trying to undo that
is hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
They got 90 days to undo it.
Yeah, so they should undo it, request a hearing. They, you know, I felt like I was under duress. They threatened that if I don't sign this paper, kids will be taken off with a stranger. Of course you're going to sign the paper, right?
Well, it seems to me when you're forced to sign it, you're signing it under duress, which is, to me is a violation of your constitutional rights to begin with. And CPS themselves, from day one, are committing a crime right there. They're being allowed to.
Yeah.
You're forced to sign it under duress, under the threat of harm.
Well, their argument's going to be that, you know, you should have read it, you know, you got it right, you know, you shouldn't sign something if, you know, you don't understand what you're signing, you know. So it's a tough one, you know. Yeah, and I'm sure the CPS, and in their mind, I mean, what they're trying to do is they're trying to speed up, because actually, what CPS, so from their point of view, what's going on is that they have found, in this case, they found some relatives, right? But that relative is not certified to be a foster parent yet. That process takes a while. For those of you who know, it takes a while yet. And so what they're trying to do is get the parent to voluntarily, it's called, I think it's voluntary, whatever, sign thing. And when you sign that, then it skips that, then the kid can be placed with a relative and skipping the foster care. I think while their foster care placement is pending, So while the application to be certified as a foster parent is pending, as long as the parent signs that paper, the child can go with that relative. So from the CPS worker's point of view, they're trying to help. It's a good thing, because then relative, can watch the kid while their application's pending to be certified. But from the parent's perspective, what you've signed, a lot, it's saying that you waive a lot of things when you sign that paper. So it's tough. So what the parents need to understand is these rights, that actually what it says here is that, I have relatives, they're not certified yet, but they have rights to get certified quickly, to get 15 days response, to get an application, to get denied. So don't feel pressured to sign away all your rights, because, in the meantime, grandma or auntie or uncle does have a right to get certified, and expediently, So it's a tough call. CPS, in their mind, they're doing a good thing, Parents' perspective is a different story.
So what, from a legal aid point of view, or from a legal point of view, the rights that are there for these people. So we're trying to get them, and hopefully, by what you're doing today, and we appreciate that. What we did last weekend, all of that information getting to the people about their rights will help. But on the other hand, when CPS gives advice to sign this, that's a legal thing. Shouldn't they give those people a Miranda kind of?
It's their practice of law.
Yeah. They're not allowed to.
Yeah, I would think.
From the legal aid point of view, shouldn't I'm not saying legal aid should do something. I'm saying, is that right? Can I give legal advice? We give up and we give a disclaimer when we say we're not attorneys and we don't give legal advice, but they do give legal advice.
It's a tough one, because usually the person sitting there actually signing paper is not a lawyer. They're a CPS worker that's telling you, sign this paper because kids will go with a stranger otherwise. I would think, I know that it's a tough, I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to look into that question, but I would think that.
And that's against the law? Giving legal advice, not a lawyer?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Isn't it probably going to
You have a lawyer background and I move.
Yeah, one thing, if you're not a lawyer, then you're not giving legal advice. And what they're going to say is that it's a voluntary thing. No one's had a gun to your head saying you must sign this paper or not to shoot you. So I'm sure that I'm sure the Attorney General's office has looked into this form and determined on their own that it's legal. Because you're not being physically forced to sign it. They're not saying they're going to hurt your kids or anything. So. Yeah, probably. I don't know. That's something the Attorney General's office must have dealt with. I would imagine, because they're the ones that give legal advice to CPS.
Well, from that perspective, the Attorney General is representing CPS.
Yeah, but they got to be careful because the Attorney General is supposed to protect the state from getting sued. So I don't think that the AG's office always tries to act in the best interest of the state. So they wouldn't want to set up a situation where they're opening themselves up to a lawsuit. So, I would imagine in some way.
Families are afraid of challenge. That's why nothing happens yet.
Yeah. But that's why families did a good job with this bill last year, because this bill really changed things up and shook things up, So, so slowly families are making progress towards trying to change the system for the better.
Well, people are afraid to go against CPS.
But
take my kid. You already got your kid.
Yeah.
The more you challenge CPS, raise questions to them directly. Maybe for me, I've been at the